Mr. Stokes, I find there's a factual basis for your plea, and that your plea is knowing and voluntary, meaning you've understood everything we talked about. No questions about anything?
No, sir.
Okay. I'm sentencing you pursuant to the Probation Options Management Act, which just means that while you're on probation, which you will be for a while, if you have a real small violation, you and probation will figure out what to do with that. But if you get arrested for anything, you skip any of these weekends, something like that, you get kicked out of Next Level Boys Academy, that comes back to me for adjudication. Ms. Rios, can someone in my office sign the indictment for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Davis?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Stokes, can we sign it for you?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a weapons carry license?
No, sir.
First offender is something you qualify for, and it is mostly a good opportunity because it means that you won't have a felony on your record, which helps with work, if you're going to go back to school, et cetera. Those are all good things about first offender. The risk you have is that if you mess up while you're on first offender probation, and the worst thing you could do would be get caught with a gun again, because no guns while you are a first offender probationer, even though you're not a convicted felon. But if you get arrested, you've got a gun on you, that'll come back to me. And not only could I revoke your first offender status, but I could resentence you. So the sentence that your lawyer is recommending is primarily probation, but whatever I end up imposing, I could look back at this and say, you have not gotten over your gun thing because you got arrested with a gun again, and say, you know what, I'm going to give you 10 years to serve on these shootings and then another 5 for the other count without a trial because you've already said I did these things. So there's a downside to first offender as well. Do you feel like you understand the risks and benefits of first offender?
Yes, sir.
And do you want to be sentenced as a first offender?
Yes.
All right. Are you wearing an ankle monitor still? That'll come off as soon as Ms. Rios can get you a copy of your sentence. You can go to second chance with that and they'll remove it. And I encourage you to do that because otherwise you're still walking around with that thing.
Yeah.
And have you had one since you got out?
Yes.
Okay. County funded?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so get that final disposition, that's what it's called, from Ms. Rios and go to second chance and they'll take it off. All right. Well, Mr. Stokes, this is a complicated one. Things could have turned out so differently. You pull a trigger, you don't control where the bullet goes. It could have hit he's not a kid, he's a big guy with what looked like an assault rifle, but any one of these people could have been shot. Could have been more than just an ankle. It sounds like your view of it was that you were acting in defense of what was coming at you. We're not going to litigate that, but you can't be carrying guns anymore. And so if you get in a situation like that and you feel like you need to protect yourself, it's a baseball bat or your hands, or better yet, you hop in the car and drive away. Hopefully you don't get in a situation like that. Your current girlfriend has better relationship with her father?
Yes.
Okay. Have you met her father before?
No, not yet.
Oh, all right. Well, okay, we'll see. Hopefully he doesn't get a call from Mr. Garrett first. So what I'm going to do in terms of sentencing is for counts 1 through 3, I'm going to sentence you to 5 years to serve 3 months with the balance probated. Count 4 has to be 5 years and has to be consecutive. So I'll run that consecutive to count 1, but 1 through 3 are concurrent with each other. So it's a total sentence of 10 years to serve 3 months with the balance on probation. You'll get credit for the time you already did. Special condition of probation number 1 is no contact with Mr. Garrett Sr. or his family.
Yes, sir.
Don't call them, don't write them. If you know someone who knows them, don't go through that someone else to say, I'm sorry for what happened, or I'm going to come get you. Any contact from you, direct or indirect, is going to get you into some trouble. Special condition number 2 is that you will complete 20 weekends in the county jail. You need to report to the county jail by 5 p.m. on Friday. Do you want to start tomorrow or is that too soon? We can start the following Friday if that's better.
Yeah, because I gotta work this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then this wouldn't be the right weekend to start. So on July 18th, that's next Friday, by 5 p.m., you got to show up at the county jail.
Okay.
They'll book you in, and by 5 p.m. on Sunday, they book you out.
Okay.
So, and you're going to do that 20 weekends in a row. That's a long time, but this is a serious situation. And I think it is justified. If for some reason there is an emergency in your life and you know you can't make a weekend, mom is sick, kid, you don't have kids, something, and you've got to deal with that, you need to reach out to probation and say, I'm going to the hospital. And then you're going to need to get paperwork showing that you, in fact, were at the hospital. Not necessarily for you, but for your loved one. Because if you miss a weekend, I learned about that from probation, and I'm going to turn every weekend you miss into at least a month in jail. So don't miss weekends.
Gotcha.
All right? So you'll have 20 of those. You'll need to complete an anger management course, and I'm going to require that be done within the first 6 months of your probation. You'll need to do 40 hours of community service, and you'll need to participate in and complete the Next Level Boys Academy. I hope they don't meet a lot on the weekends because you're not going to be able to do much with that for the first 20 weekends.
No, I think we meet once on Saturday, and we have Zoom call on Monday and Wednesday.
Okay. Well, the Saturdays are going to be tricky for you because you'll be doing something else.
Mr. Davis knows about it and said he'll work with him.
Okay, good. Mr. Davis is flexible in that way. I'm adding one condition in probation is that's that you get your GED. And I'm going to require you to be enrolled in the GED course within the first 3 months. That just means you get it started so that you close that loop and get that high school degree through a GED. And I will set a behavioral incentive date of July 11th of 2029. So that's 4 years from now. What that means is if you've done everything that is expected of you in this sentence and there have been no new issues, then probation can ask to have your case shut down. By then you'll be 28. And if you have stayed out of trouble, you're on a great trajectory. And there's no reason to have someone looking over your shoulder anymore. Couple things to keep in mind. You've got this Clayton situation. And if they're not reaching out to you, they're not reaching out to you. That's an old case now. They may have decided they're not doing anything with it. But if it comes up, you got to go deal with it.
Yes.
And you'll want to let probation know that you're going to deal with that down in Clayton County. You've used up your first offender, so you won't be able to make that a first offender. Because it's a drug case, there may be something a lawyer can do for you that's similar, but you're done with first offender through this case. And then I just want to remind you of the fragility of a first offender sentence. If you're back in front of me because you've been arrested for something involving guns or violence or anything like that, your first offender sentence is going to blow up on you. Okay? And I don't say that to threaten you at all. You seem buttoned up now. You're working hard, and you seem to understand the direction you need to go. I'll tell you, I'm not getting the Clayton County arrest because that doesn't seem like your deal. But
Yes.
we don't need to talk about that situation, but that doesn't seem to fit where you are in your life now. So I hope that doesn't come back to grab you in some way, and that you're able to move forward. I think I covered everything. Ms. Davis, anything else in Mr. Stokes' case?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Rios?
Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Stokes, what county do you live in?
DeKalb.
DeKalb County. All right. Ms. Simpson, who's seated right there, is going to give you reporting instructions for probation.
Okay.
Probation in DeKalb is based in Conyers. So you got to go way out there. Your first time where you say, hey, I'm Mr. Stokes. Your first reporting will be to the office in Conyers.
Okay.
After that, you and your officer will figure out how you stay in touch. Just make sure you make yourself available. If they have to work hard to find you, sometimes they just say, I'm going to get a warrant for the guy because I can't track Mr. Stokes down. So don't be scarce.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Simpson?
So, Mr. Stokes, your reporting date will be July the 17th.
Okay.
PM. And I will give you a report instructions with the address and the contact info for that office.
Okay.
All right. So don't miss that reporting date. 8 a.m. July 17th. That's a week from today. Way out in Conyers. Where do you live in DeKalb?
Clarkston.
Okay,
It's not too far from Carnage.
perfect. You're going. Well, if that's it, Mr. Stokes, I hope things go smoothly for you.
Thank you.
All right.
That hearing had a little bit of everything. We wrapped things up with a measured and thoughtful sentencing from the court. And if there was one central theme, it was accountability with a strong side of opportunity. Mr. Terrell Jamal Stokes stood before the judge to receive his sentence under the Probation Options Management Act, and the tone of the courtroom remained consistent with what we'd seen previously: respectful, focused, and cautiously optimistic. The judge did a great job of explaining not just the terms of the sentence, but the why behind them. He didn't preach, but he made it clear first offender status is a gift, but it comes with fine print. Mr. Stokes was told, in plain terms, that while he'd avoid a felony on his record for now, one wrong move, especially if it involves another firearm, could bring everything crashing down. And let's be honest, it was refreshingly candid. You pull the trigger, you don't control the bullet. That line stuck with me. The sentence itself, 10 years total, with 3 months to serve in custody and the rest on probation. But here's where it gets interesting. That custody time is served through 20 consecutive weekends in the county jail, Friday evening to Sunday evening. Not exactly a light penalty, but it's designed to keep Mr. Stokes employed and integrated into his support systems. Another sign this court is trying to balance accountability with rehabilitation. He also has to complete anger management within 6 months, put in 40 hours of community service, participate in the Next Level Boys Academy, and enroll in a GED course within 3 months. That's a full docket, but it's forward-focused. And the judge even added a behavioral incentive date. If Mr. Stokes toes the line for 4 years, probation can ask to terminate his sentence early. It's a carrotanstic approach that puts the ball firmly in his court. There were a few poignant moments to. The judge brought up the fragility of the first offender status, again fair warning, not fearmongering, and even cracked a mild joke about hoping the current girlfriend's father doesn't get a call from the former one. It was human, not harsh. Mr. Stokes came across as receptive, sincere, and more than a little relieved. He even confirmed he'd already cleared his weekend work availability, showing a level of responsibility that bodes well. The judge took time to remind him about a pending Clayton County situation, offering gentle advice rather than scolding, and emphasized the importance of staying on probation's radar. No showing would be a mistake, and Mr. Stokes seemed to get that loud and clear. The courtroom atmosphere overall remained calm and structured. Miss Rios, his attorney, stayed on point. Probation officers were ready with instructions, and the judge closed it all out with genuine hope that Mr. Stokes makes this opportunity count. After all, this case didn't have to end this way. It easily could have ended with a far longer sentence and fewer second chances. But the court took a risk on rehabilitation, not just retribution. If Mr. Stokes follows through, it'll be a decision worth defending. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.